So I've been laughing because guess what? My favorite duo is back, the Republic Group, and this time it's their CEO or their founder, Graham Smith. So they had a segment with Richard Fitzwilliams on Graham Smith went to GB News, and they had this segment with Richard Fitzwilliams about whether the monarchy should be abolished or should exist. And listen, this man, Graham, knows how to just shut it down, and he says it for what it is. And this moment has just been tearing people on social media because it's about damn time people just be honest with these hypocrites, this so-called royal correspondents. They keep on glorifying the monarchy and just hiding the evilness, how horrible King Charles is, how they're funding him so much money, yet there's barely nothing they can see. What is he doing? What is he doing for the country? So Graham Smith was on that segment, and the way he just calls it out, the way he calls out William, the monarchy, is just so hilarious. So have a look.
Supports a republic. Graham knows that very well. I mean, the facts simply are, firstly, the role of the monarch above party politics and also a symbol of national unity. We saw it superbly this week. There always was going to be a change, I think, when Queen Elizabeth died, and of course you've had a change at a period of unbelievable voter volatility. We've seen that, but the facts are that any political party, a major political party, would give their eye teeth for the figures in the poll that the monarchy still has. And this is a period, I point out, where you've had an extraordinary use of soft power. I mean, the way Prime Minister Keir Starmer was showing the invitation from King Charles to Donald Trump, whatever one might think of him, it's not the point. The point is that the soft power element here is tremendous, and this builds on Queen Elizabeth's visit to Ireland in 2011, and then the President's visit here in 2014. Sinn Féin altered their stance. The monarchy has enormous relevance, and so far as putting on a pageant is concerned, no other country can match it regarding the coronation. There are 203 countries represented. So what you're seeing is something that's been going for Mark Cromwell for over 1,000 years. There's no doubt that it's part and parcel of the fabric of Britain. The monarchy will change just as views on it in different generations. For example, the problems with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, there's no doubt that that has affected younger voters. I think that's been clear for some time. But there's also no doubt that if you take charitable activities, the monarchy has an absolutely unique profile. We see this with William and the
It makes no difference to charity at all. I mean, this is the thing. I mean, there's so much stuff said about the monarchy which isn't true, and there's been a very detailed study on their impact on charity by an independent authority, which said the impact is close to zero. And part of the problem with them, and part of the problem with William, who is currently in line to be the next monarch, is he's incredibly lazy. He doesn't do anything. I mean, last month he did about 4 days.
Charitable input. Look at the Prince's Trust, now the King's Trust. That helped
it's an independent charity that will function with or without the royals, and the impact of them on charity. I mean, William did about 4 days of work last month. 4 days in total, and when I say work, I mean turning up and waving at people, most of which is done in or near their houses. They really do very little, and they cost us £500 million a year, and for a whole family, which we do not need, including people that most people would never have heard of, like the Duke and Duchess of Kent, the Prince and Princess of Kent, the Duke of Gloucester. They're all included in this £500 million cost.
You're looking seriously at charitable input. If you look at the way King Charles, since 1970, he was the first figure to internationally push the environment.
Well, that's not true.
It is a proven fact. And also,
the environmental cause has been pushed for decades by all sorts of people, and Charles's views on the environment have been questionable at best many times. And he has a huge carbon footprint. He is a hypocrite, and he is distracting from the very serious issue of the wealthiest people having the largest carbon footprint.
The interest online and also from the media on everything the royals do, you're trying to pretend it doesn't exist, but it does.
No, there's interest in the
Did you guys hear that? So that is Graham Smith shutting off Richard Fitzwilliams. So Richard Fitzwilliams is just another paid royal commentator who tries to convince people how amazing King Charles is, how amazing William, Kate, I mean the leftover royals are day in, day out. We know you're on a payroll, Richard. We know you're on a paywall. And it's so bizarre to me that he was literally trying to make it seem that the royals are relatable. In what manner? In what sense, Richard? And also, this is why I love Graham Smith, and this is why I love the Republic, and this is why I support, everything they stand for, like having the monarchy abolished, right? And one of the things is, for days they keep saying, oh, Harry is not a royal anymore, yada, yada, yada. But we know that Harry is royal by blood. And the only way, if you don't want him to be, is to abolish the monarchy. But clearly, that we don't see that happening anytime soon. And did you notice how Richard Fitzwilliams, like many of these so-called reporters or royal commentators and whatnot, they always have to bring Meghan and Harry in, so that they somehow to put their point across. They know if we just throw it in, maybe it will bring engagement, and then the media or the other tabloids will just rip this part apart. This part where he says that Harry and Meghan have a huge impact on the younger generation. Of course, they do. They are the most famous royal couples. They're the most famous member of the royal family, working or not, and that is the debate I know these clowns are not willing to have. So that is my man, Graham Smith, and I love him. I don't care what anyone says, because he calls it for what it is. He says it he just says it. He literally just shoots it. He aims for the jugular and he never misses. And just to see how Richard Fitzwilliams is really struggling to put his words together every time he's telling him, what has William done? William is lazy. Like, he's just worked 4 days. 4 days of work. 4 days, and that is just turning up and waving, greeting, interacting with people. That is what William has done. But when it comes to vacation, oh no, he is the front line. He and Lazy Kate are literally on they're on this vacation, they're here, they're there. But when it comes to work, they're just lazy. That is Graham Smith, literally calling it for what it is. He does not play. And also, he mentioned that hypocrites. Now Charles and William have the biggest hypocrites of climate change. They champion climate change, but day in, day out, they are flying in the helicopters, in the private jets. If it was Meghan and Harry, and Daily Mail has this, Daily Mail has this habit that minute Harry, I remember during the Victors games when Meghan flew back alone to be with the kids, and she flew private, they were literally sending people to have pictures taken. It's like, Meghan is flying in a private plane costing $30,000, blah, 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 blah. And she's a hypocrite because she's a climate change champion. I've never had Meghan advocating for climate change, but do you know who I know advocates for climate change day in, day out? It's none other than Warwickshire William and the awful, evil, rotten King Charles. They are always flying private, but you don't see the tabloids writing about that. And I love that Graham said they are hypocrites because they have the biggest carbon footprint. You are flying in your helicopters, in your private planes, and then day in, you're like, oh, climate change, you need to take care of the climate. Let's do this, the environment matters. Get the hell out of here. You're funding these people tons of millions of pounds, and to do what? To just wave at people, this and this and this. This is what he's calling it for. We are funding these people a lot of money, yet they're barely working. And even when it's the work that they're supposed to do, like meeting people, charities, name it, they are barely not doing it. And it's not as the way, when Meghan and Harry were back in the, in the farm, a lot happened. You could see the footprint. You could see the track record they have. And I even remember when Prince William and Prince William and Kate went to Jamaica, was it? That was a royal disaster because first they were just exposed for how racist they are. What do you mean you are saying you're greeting kids over a fence? They were a total disaster, an embarrassment. The monarchy was so embarrassed. Like, what do you mean we're left with these two clowns? And they were exposed for just how racist they are and how the treatment they were treating kids. And if you remember Harry and Meghan's Nigerian trip, they were loved. They were well embraced. People loved them. People welcomed them. And this is why so many Brits know for a fact that they are stuck with the most awful. And imagine how terrible William is right now. if he is king, I don't even know. There's no way you're going to convince me when he's king, oh, he's going to step up. No. And Graham, the Republic, he is the founder of Republic Group. He calls it for his. William does not work. They don't do anything, but they're funded. And you see, instead of the public focusing, and the derangers focusing on these idiots, the taxpayer-funded idiots who are barely working yet they're funded. They do so little, but they are paid millions of pounds. They are always fixated on Harry and Meghan, who, mind you, are not taxpayer-funded. They fund their life for their lives. They do things on their own accord. They do things. They work hard for their money. They are independent. So I saw that the takedown, and I was like, I have to do a video on this to see Richard Fitzwilliams being humble. And also I want to give it credit to the reporters who were there, the hosts, because they were just they let them just go on and on. They did not cut them off. If it was that clown Jeremy Vine or any other host or presenters, they would have interrupted, because they would have not, they would be like, oh no, you're not supposed to say anything bad about the monarchy. How dare you need to glorify them. You need to say good things. Why are you saying bad things? They would have shut it down. They would have shut off Grabs with. But shout out to those hosts who just kept it like, okay, let them talk. And to see just Richard Fitzwilliam mumbling, trying to come up with sentences because Graham Smith is literally cooking him up. That was a beautiful sight to see. So guys, let me know what you think about this segment. I'm cjarles. As always, don't forget to leave your comments in the comments section. Leave your thoughts in the comments to like and to share this video. Stay safe, and I will see you in my next video.